Hello and welcome. So I'm going to have a look at the Guardian's Everyman crossword, and this is being published on Sunday the 15th of December 2024. You won't see it for a week because I don't put it up. There's no check reveal button, so I'm always worried that I'm going to spoil it in some way for other people. And I mean, the last 2 weeks have been interesting because 2 weeks ago was probably the hardest one I've done. I took almost 2 hours to get through it with a lot of stops and a lot of pauses in the video recording. And then last week I ripped through it in 14 minutes. So I have no idea what to expect today. So I think all I can do is really just crack on. Hold together, split apart. Okay. Feels like there should be some kind of anagram there, but I don't think it is. Prudent, having tamed mammal before start of December. Tamed mammal. Prudent. Okay. Make huge amounts of faulty damp courses. Is that just an anagram? Faulty damp courses? I think it is. Huge amounts. Mass produce. Okay, good. Got something on the board. Whew. US novellers. Hideous neck bites. That's John Steinbeck, isn't it? Saw his name on one of them a few weeks ago, so still galled by that, still kind of scarred by having had that clue, the Easter feeding clue. Dream job as described by croupier. Croupier is a dealer, isn't it? Dream job is croupier. I can't see a hidden word there. I just kind of feel like that might be, but I don't think it is. And croupiers are the people who deal cards and so on at a casino. So, expresses disapproval, having a thing or two. Expresses, states, asserts disapproval, having a thing or two. A thing is it. Gosh. Egyptian kings heard in North Atlantic islands. Okay, so that's the pharaohs, isn't it? Which pharaoh? Or are we doing pharaohs? Okay, pharaoh. Okay, now I've got a problem. Pharaoh, but we're looking at kings. So how do I spell pharaohs? I thought it was pharaohs like that. I'm gonna have to see. I'll leave that as a bad placeholder. Shunning middle speed. Sorry, cam faulty, makes off at speed. 7 letters. So sped. I'm thinking shunning middle means take the e out of that, which gives sped, and then cam faulty. Maybe it's just an anagram sped cam to give. Makes off at speed. Escaped. But what am I doing my M? Where's my M coming from? Escapes. And again, speed. It's got D in it. Escaped. ES. Oh, shunning middle. Take the M out of cam. Okay. Yes, that's more like it. Escaped. So not the middle letter, the M for middle. Okay. Stops when Democrat becomes Republican and fights. Okay, when Democrat asserts a word meaning stops. Halted. Can't be the same thing. Sparred. Stops. I mean, you assume that's going in an S. With an R in it somewhere. Consume in haste the result. I mean, ether is a hidden word there. Is consume ether? I'm thinking heater. Consume in haste the result. Okay. Flight in which you might still be moving. Flight is 6 letters, in is 2, so I don't think that's an anagram for moving. poem, iris edited. Okay, so that just seems like it's before the reader scouts on a golly. Um, I'm just looking up, trying to figure out what to do with it really, because we've got 11 letters, which is poem iris. Before the reader is me or you. So I think that's I promise you. I promise is an anagram of iris, poem iris, and then I think the reader is you. I promise you. Scouts honour, I promise you. I think. I think that's what Scouts honour is. Heathen siege surrounds classical city. Heathen. Classical city. Whoa, siege. Eased a temper, only somewhat calm. Sedate. That's a hidden word. That's the good old somewhat hidden word indicator. So okay, going okay. I would expect this one and this one to rhyme, maybe. Maybe, not convinced. Or mass produce, I promise you. No, they don't. Move with difficulty to raise either end of rear in this altered tartan item. Cool. Move with difficulty is to stumble or something. To raise either end of rear. So move this altered tartan item is a. I want to put kilt, but I don't think that's going to work. Skirt. I don't think that's really the word. Sporran. Tartan item. Okay, I need some more clues there, don't I really? As spelled out in full, one of Agatha's poisons. As spelled out in full, one of Agatha's poisons. I mean, my list of poisons is cyanide, and I can't remember some others. They do come up in crosswords from time to time. If I see it, I'll know one, but states expressed. Fast trains. Yeah, expressed, I think. States. I stated something, I expressed it. Fast trains are expresses. Escaped? Yeah, escaped. Expressed. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird, only because I really want that to be trains and estates would end in S. And it's fairly clear they states is expresses and fast trains are expresses. But escaped, the anagram of escaped seems to only have one, it seems to end in a D. So unless I've got another anagram there, makes off its speed. Unless there's another anagram available to me there, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now, but I'm not convinced by it. Principally, such provision only requires knife spork, so that's a spoon fork, isn't it? So yeah, if you've got a spork, you need to get a knife. Banal comedian's material. Banal comedian is a wit. Humour, I would have thought. Material. Core. Banal. Surgery query. How red is he? Utter jerks. Surgery query. How red is he? Utter jerks. So that look, jerks would be you would think it would be a anagram indicator, based especially on the fact this has got UT here. So we've got UTTERHEISRED. How? Okay, so it looks like a surgery query. Gosh, what's that going to be? Let's see if that is an anagram of how red is he utter, which does fit. Everyone does like his long anagrams, and he's very good at doing them. It's going to be something is or two there, I assume. Oh, there. Could be a there at the start, maybe. Surgery. Query. I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, that's kind of what, when you go and see the doctor in the surgery, they say, how are you today? But that isn't really happening here. Yeah, I would think there's two letter words. It must be is, to, or it. Could be a he, I suppose, but I don't think so. Is, do, or it. Quah. Nasty. Okay, let's move on to this. Regularly avoid collision, reversing in capital city. Is that Oslo? Yes, that's a reverse. Wow, a reverse alternate letters to get to Oslo. Okay, Liverpool's Mo Salah, snubbed flipping shame. Liverpool's Mo, snubbed. So that's Mo Sale. Alas. So Mo Salah, with an H on it, becomes, or is it Salah? So it's alas, I think, like that, isn't it? Alas. And I still don't know how to spell the Pharaohs. I don't know if that's correct either, or that's correct. Golly. Okay, Mo Salah. Yeah. Predicts California surrounded by trees. Predicts. Forecasts. Is that forecast? Forests. Forecast and forests. Okay, that one at least confirms my pharaohs are correct in that way. I may have to look up how to spell pharaohs because I can't really see what I'm going to do there. Morning, judo master drinks whiskey. So judo master is what, a dawn. Okay, so I'm that's why escapes doesn't seem right because it isn't. What's this then? D E or da. Let's have a look at this one. Speed car, which gives us D capes, D paces. Makes off at speed. Unless it is, actually as I originally thought, sped cam, and take the M out of the middle of speed, which would be decamps. Okay, so my original read was correct. Decamps makes off at speed. Okay, there we go. Right, let's go back to the downs. That will make more sense now. Tennis champ, twitching newcomer taking week off. Tennis champ. So here's my tennis champ. Brain's gone entirely beyond Roger Federer. Steffi Graf we had last week, didn't we? Or was that was in cryptic, I think. Andy Murray. Tennis champ, twitching newcomer, taking week off. Okay, so it's just an anagram of newcomer, isn't it? Without a W, I think. Newcomer. I keep thinking of Newcomb. John Newcomb, who won in the 60s, I think. I don't think that can be though, can it? Oh. But assuming it is decams, I'm not so sure now. I'm sure it is. Must be. Okay, what we got here? Sun competed, spread out, splayed, sun played. Okay, that we do like. I'm just looking at this clue here, where the D for the R. So, stops is desists, resists, desist and resists, I think that is. Resists, okay. And now, let's look at this one down. Agricultural servant, to get on board, you say. Surf? Surf, yeah, I think that sounds like a surf with the, U on a surfboard would be a U. Okay, any more? Yeah, we've got Everyman's ultimately prizeless after Everyman's up for awards. Everyman's ultimately, so this is the Everyman clue, after Everyman's up for awards. So awards are my brain can't process that clearly. Everyman's ultimately would be an N. Nominee, nom. See a nom. Prizeless, nominee, nominated, nommed. After everyman's up. So that's me. I think that's me, isn't it? Is that right? I don't understand what the prizeless is doing though. Or is it SEM? Oh, I'm not sure. Make it go away. Right. Flight in which you might still be moving. I feel like that's an escalator. Escalator. That kind of flight. Okay, that must be it, mustn't it? Let's have a look at this anagram. Is it it? Yeah, there could be an it there. Wondering how red is he utters. How red is he utter? What's this word here going to be? And this one here, dust, wust, hust. There's not a lot of things actually left to put there. It, rust. If I've even got this. If I've actually understood the clue. Where? What about where? Let's put a where in there. I think that's a pretty good option. Where does it hurt? Ah, that's my problem, isn't it? Good old pharaohs that I can't spell. Where does it hurt? There you are. There we are. Does it hurt? Okay, that's right. Where does it hurt? That's going to be some kind of skirt. I don't know. Oh, I did say skirt, and it does seem to be skirt. But I don't know what it is because of the rhyming pair. How do I spell pharaohs? Is it double R? I can only assume that's double R for pharaohs. I don't like looking things up until at least until I've got this one. This one here, dream job as described. Croupier is ideal, of course. Yep. Banal is. Blah. Okay, what are we doing on this one here? Prudent, having tamed mammal before start of December. You'd think. Oh, shrewd. Shrewd there. Shrewder. Okay, so this is rousier, ruder, banal. Banal. Comedians. Material is. It's not obvious to me at this moment. Is it pharaohs like that? Maybe. Ah, that might be it. I don't think it's an eye anyway. What's this? Banal. Comedian's material would be routine. Routine, there we are. Yes. Okay. Good. Not going too badly. I got the right side done, so that's okay. Just a quick look actually, see how long I've taken so far. So 18 minutes, yeah, that's okay. What's this? Consume in haste. The result. Waste, I assume. Consume in haste. Waste. The result. Don't entirely feel comfortable about that, but I think that's right. Tennis champ. My list of tennis champs. I can go through all the Wimbledon champions at some point if I need to, if I get my brain in gear. We got the big three, obviously, who are Federer, Djokovic. I would say Lendl, Nadal, Murray, McEnroe. McEnroe, a big one. What is that, McEnroe? That's just an anagram of that, isn't it? Yes. No wonder I couldn't see that because. Oh, this is Emmy, I guess. Emmy. Everyman's ultimately prizeless after everyman's up for awards. Awards are Emmys. So me upwards and then MYS. Um, I was ultimately priceless. The S of priceless after everyman's up. So me, my. I think it's me going upwards. Everyman's is my. Yeah. So everyman's he owns it. So it's his. So it's my. Ultimately priceless is the S, and then put that after everyman upwards, which is em. Me upwards. Whew, okay. Heathen. Gosh. Heathen siege. Siege surrounds classical city. I want that to be Troy, but it can't be Troy. Heathen. Atheist. Can't be atheist. Okay, let's get these last. I've got too many others to do actually at the top of mine. So that's good. Let's bring that back down to about there somewhere. I don't know where I need to be. Put it on screen. Still a bit high, really. Let's get there. Okay. So what's this one across? Ends in E. Hold together, split apart. Hold together, split apart. Divide. Can't really see that as divide. This one, as spelled out in full. I would think as arsenic. Arsenic's the other, of course, the other one. Arsenic and old lace. Arsenic. As. I don't know why that is though. As spelled out in full. One of Agatha's poisons. Is it arsenic? Not sure. It fits, but I'm not convinced by it. Expresses disapproval. Golly. Expresses disapproval, having a thing or two. What would that be? Cut with Oslo, aren't I? Really avoided. OSLO. Yep. Expresses opines. PIN. Opines isn't quite there. Disapproval, having a thing or two. No. Not sure about that. Let's have another look at this. So this is a bit old clue, isn't it? Move with difficulty to raise either end of rear in this altered tartan item. So you'd think this altered would be a anagram of in this, so that would be a sham. Can't be sham, can it? Timber. Move with difficulty. Lumberjack skirt. Really? Am I? I'm not sure about that. Lumberjack. I can't. Lumberjack. Am I just being overly hopeful that lumberjack skirt rhymes with where does it hurt? Am I just hoping on that? In the lumberjack shirt. That's more like it. Shirt. Okay. What a dimbo. That must be objects. Expresses disapproval is to object. And a thing or two is objects. Okay, that's good. So just down to these last two at the top and the bottom. Not move with difficult. Hold together is to split apart is to cleave. Hold together, cleave. I'm not sure about that. Is to cleave to hold together? And if it is, this one down here, what have we got? Heathen siege surround city. I mean, is that Athens? That's a hidden word of Athens. Okay, good. So really, it's just whether that is siege and whether I spelt pharaohs right. Which, to be fair, I'm not too worried about spelling pharaohs right at this moment. But that's about just under 25 minutes to there. Hold together, split apart. Is there anything else that would fit here? Please. there's not many. C obviously will. B might. N won't. Vowels will. Sleer. D, F, G, H, J, K, L, W. Okay. I'm going to put cleave as my answer because that is to split apart, but how that would be hold together I'm not sure. And I will probably sit in alphabet drawer and have a look at it myself, and then if I need to come up with a different thing on the video, then I will. I think I went through that fairly well without having to kind of labour it, but I will just go through all the clues as I understand them. So apart from that one, where I think split apart is to cleave, we've got prudent is shrewd, we've got a tame mammal is a shrew, before the start of December is put it before the start of December, literally, put a D in there. Make huge amounts is to mass produce. We've got faulty telling us there's an anagram of damp courses. We've got John Steinbeck, the US novelist, and hideous neck. Hideous is telling us there's an anagram of neck bites to get to Steinbeck. Yep, the dream job is ideal, and the croupier would describe that as ideal. Ideal cards. Expresses disapproval is to object, or objects. And having a thing or two are objects. Egyptian kings are pharaohs, spelt with PH, and heard is telling us it's a sound like the pharaohs. Not sure about my spelling there. Could look it up, not going to. Shunning middle, so take out the middle letter of speed and then do an anagram of sped cam to get to decamps. Faulty is telling us that's an anagram and makes off at speed is to decamps. Stops is desists. And then Democrat becomes Republican, so desist becomes resists, and resist is to fight. Consume in haste, so if you consume something in haste, you waste it, and waste is the result. A flight, so think of a flight of stairs in this case, so an escalator is a flight of stairs which continuously move. We've got an anagram of poem Iris to begin to get to I promise, and edited is telling us that's an anagram. And the reader is you, and Scout's honour is I promise you. We've got Athens, hidden away in heathen siege. Surrounds is telling us a hidden word, and Athens is the classical city. And eased a temper. I saw that as a hidden word, indicated by only somewhat. Yeah, it's a hidden word. I'm just wondering if there was an anagram of there, but calm is sedate. No, it's definitely a hidden word. Okay, move with difficulty is to lumber. To raise something is to jacket, and either end of rear, so put an R into an anagram of this. So anagram of this is altered this, and a tartan item is a lumberjack shirt. Didn't work out this one. As spelled out in full, one of Agatha's poisons. Well, Agatha Christie obviously wrote many murder novels, and arsenic would have been one of the puzzles. As spelled out in full. Arsenic. Okay, so yeah, it's literally as is the chemical periodic table symbol for arsenic. So put it in full. Arsenic. It's that simple. Got a double definition here, so if you state something you express it, and fast trains are express trains, put them into the plural. Principally, so we've got the what is normally the primarily clue here, where we take the first letters of such provision only requires knife. So a spork is a spoon and a fork combined into one item, which means you only need a knife to get your meal. Banal is routine, and a comedian's material is their routine. If you go to the doctor says, "Where does it hurt?" And that's an anagram of how red is he, utter, and jerks is telling us it's an anagram. Regularly avoided, so take out alternate letters from collision. Put it backwards, so you've got O, S, L, O in the, what would that be, the, is it 7th, 8th, 6th, 4th and 2nd places to get to the capital city of Norway, Oslo. Liverpool's striker, Mo Salah, is spelled S-A-L-A-H. A-H. Snubbed, so take the H off of his name, and then flip it to get to alas, which is a shame. Predicts his forecasts. We've got California CA, surrounded by trees, which are forests. Morning is dawn. We've got a judo master as a Dan, drinking whiskey, which is W in the NATO phonetic alphabet. And we've got the tennis champ, good old John McEnroe, who won, won Wimbledon about 1981 and 1984, 83 or 84. 84, I think, 81, 84 I'm going for, as well as some others like the US Open, I'm sure. So we've got twitching is telling us there's an anagram of newcomer, but we need to take the W out of newcomer to get to McEnroe. We've got sun is S, we've got competed is played, and spread out is splayed. Agricultural servant is a serf, and if you get on a surfboard you are surfing with a U. U so things it's a sound like. And here we've got everyman's got an apostrophe S, so that's my. Ultimately priceless, so take the S, so put my's after everyman up, which is ME going upwards. Everyman is me in his thing. Going upwards gives you the Emmy Awards. So there we are, all done I think. Not entirely sure about one across cleave. I might have another look at that later in the week, and if I do, I will append something on the video. But otherwise, thanks for watching.